BDSA movement, quote unquote. Everybody's like, yeah, let's do this. No, you individuals need to be denaturalized and deported. You need to be off of U.S. soil. You need to go somewhere and figure it out the dirt. Okay? Because your entitlement attitude is just overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It really, really is. This creates real tension. At the same time, personal religious practice by Muslims is protected by the First Amendment, and it is. Most American Muslims do not seek to replace the Constitution, and U.S. courts consistently uphold constitutional supremacy. Look, if you have anything that will circumvent and undermine the U.S. Constitution and call it a religion, you gotta go. And that's it. Good morning, Spud. Thank you so much for joining this morning. So here's some core conflict points. Classical and many orthodox formulations of Sharia do not recognize a sharp separation between religion and state law the way the American system does. So key points of incompatibility include source of law and sovereignty. The Constitution rests on we the people and popular consent. Traditional Sharia treats Allah's commands as interpreted through Quran, Sunnah, and jurisprudence as the highest authority. So that circumvents the Constitution right there, right? Laws conflicting with it are viewed as illegitimate in strict readings. So they don't even consider the U.S. Constitution, but they benefit from it. And they're able to hide under it and just be evil. Your evil's not going, it's not going to last. I'm so sorry. Equal protection and individual rights. Classical rules on testimony, right? A woman's often worth half a man's in certain matters. That's not what the U.S. Constitution says, but that's under their Sharia law, right? Inheritance, polygamy, apostasy, blasphemy, and the status of non-Muslims clash with equal protection, free exercise for all, free speech, and gender equality. Yeah, they don't believe in any of that. They don't believe in any kind of freedom. You're not going to come here and try to make people slaves underneath you. It's like, you got to go. You got to go. I'm on a whole petition. People need to be denaturalized and deported. If they do not deny Sharia law and they keep practicing it like, oh, we're not doing anything wrong, they got to go. You're not going to denounce it? That's fine. You're not going to be here on U.S. soil. You can leave because you need to be in a country that practices that. I don't care if you practice it, but you just can't do that here. Okay, that's where we're getting. You can't do it here. You can do it wherever you want to. Criminal and family matters. HUD style punishments, unilateral divorce, talaq, custody formulas not based on the child's best interest, and restrictions on leaving the faith conflict with due process and public policy. Yeah, they stone people in other countries, from what I've heard, when they want to leave the Muslim faith, or they try to batter them to the point where they may be unrecognizable, or, y'all are violent. Okay. There are some people that practice Islam that are violent. You're not peaceful people. You don't care. But if somebody tries to leave your religion, oh, that's out. That's like, you have the right to harm somebody under Sharia law. That's not freedom of religion. But that lets me know how evil Islam is, the ones that practice it that way. It's gross. It's really gross. So how religion can be used as a vehicle. Islamist current distinction from quietist and reformist personal piety have long used religious framing, free exercise claims, institutional building, and political organized dawah in broader usage to expand influence while operating inside democratic system. This includes framing demands for accommodations, parallel dispute resolution, or policy changes as pure religious liberty, building community institution, mosques, schools, advocacy groups that promote Sharia norms internally. Political participation and lobbying aim to at shaping discourse around speech, education, foreign policy, and family matters. Surveys and statements from some Muslim Americans showing none, which is weird. Why are you Muslim Americans? Am I a Christian American? Like, what are we talking about? You practice a religion. It is not an ethnicity. It's not. Muslim is not a country. It's weird. Either you're an American or you're not. Now, I'm an American Negro. American, they're my ethnicity. Okay? That's it. What are we talking about? Showing non-trivial support for aspects of Sharia application, blasphemy restrictions, broader Sharia influence, though this does not equal organized takeover capacity. Really? You sure about that? Congressional hearings in 2026 examined precisely this incompatibility between political Islam, Sharia, and the Constitution. Critics argue the ideology is fundamentally at odds with limited government, individual rights, and secular constitutional order. Defenders and many Muslim organizations, including Fiqh Council in North America, I don't know what that is, and since normative Islamic values align with the Constitution's protections, life, dignity, and Constitution, and consultation Shura, and that American Muslims can be both faithful and loyal citizens without conflict. That's a lie. It's a whole lie, and it's showing itself. Wow. And Spud says, trying to work that Jewish plague. Yeah, the Jewish playbook. And the Jewish people have been doing it well. They do it, they don't necessarily do it with impunity. They do it with respect, dignity, and people supporting it. No lie. That's why when I mentioned earlier, the Catholics, they got the same thing. What do y'all do? Why are you running contrary to the Constitution? I do not care what religion you want to practice, but when it runs contrary to the Constitution, it's no longer a religion. Okay? It's a political stance. Really, really crazy. So, bottom line, personal Islam as faith and private ethics is fully compatible with constitutional life and is protected, right? Political Islam that treats Sharia as a rival superior legal political order is not. And this is the bigger question. This part, because Sharia is a rival. American law has tools, supremacy clause, public policy, limits on arbitration, equal protection doctrine, and generally applicable criminal law to prevent circumvention, you would think. But these localities, it's bad. You see, vigilance about ideology and institutional influence is rational. Treating every Muslim or every religious practice as a constitutional threat is not. And that I get. I'm not treating everybody as a constitutional threat. I'm just saying when it's used to circumvent the Constitution, then it's wrong. Period. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's people that are Jewish, people that are Catholic, people that practice Islam. It's wrong. You can't do that. Not here. And here's my thing. If you want to do that, you need to move to a country that practices that. You can't be here. You cannot be on United States soil. I don't care what you do, how you want to do it, but you can't be here. And that's it. That's where we need to get back to. Now, a California Assembly staffer confronts journalists with crude signs outside the Capitol. My goodness, what's going on? Nope, not that. That's not it. Sorry, guys. Well, oh, here we go. I think this is it. There we go. Okay. Oh, so this is what happened. It was Nick Shirley, meet the California State Assembly Chief of Sacramento. He pointed and handed out allegedly Nick Shirley as a small, oh my. Oh my. Okay. I hope this isn't too crude, you guys. Let's check this out.
I can do the same thing, Nick. What did I do for you?
𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗧, do you think her creating a bill that would make it basically illegal, give someone a $4,000 fine for looking